What's up, agents? Zero here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some brand new textures that could possibly be coming to Minecraft Pocket Edition. Now, as of right now, this is just a concept. None of these textures are actually confirmed as of yet. However, there has been some discussion on a number of these textures already, and these are all the blocks of which have been changed. Now, here's the thing. Here's how I'm going to do this. A guy by the name of, let me check, Mr. Choito, I hope I didn't butcher that. He made a resource pack containing all of the brand new textures for all these different blocks. Now, the thing is, I do not have the resource pack installed or turned on as of right now. I have it installed. I do not have it turned on as of right now. And these are all the blocks of which have changed as of this upcoming update. At least that's what's supposed to happen. So here's what I'm going to do. This video is going to be a before and after video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what these textures look like right now, and then I'm going to exit the world and I'm going to come back in. I'm going to show you guys what the textures look like after these changes to the textures have been made. That's basically how this video is going to work. So the first texture that we're going to be seeing is the bricks. Then we're going to see a new texture to the actual plant part of the carrots. I hope that makes sense. We have the cauldron, the crafting table, jungle wood planks, jungle wood doors, ore blocks for iron, diamond, and emerald. The flower pot and dandelion have been changed. Every single log texture has been changed, and then the obsidian has been changed. And let me check to see if I've missed anything. No, I have not. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and go by every single one of these textures one last time. So bricks, carrots, cauldron, crafting table, jungle wood planks, jungle wood doors, iron blocks, diamond blocks, emerald blocks, flower pots and dandelions, all the different logs, and obsidian. So these are all the textures that have been changed, and these are the textures that we have right now. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to leave this world. I'll be right back with the brand new resource pack, or at least the resource pack that I found that shows you guys the concepts of what these textures are going to end up being. I'll be right back. And so now I have the resource pack installed containing all of the brand new textures. Now I'm going to go ahead and say right now, these textures I'm about to show you, already got a preview of some of them, but these textures are not 100% confirmed. The development team is still taking feedback from the players to see whether or not they like these textures. Some of them the players are actually liking, some of them they do not, so they're probably going to get tweaked at some point, or at least that's what my theory is. So here's the bricks once again, and I honestly can't tell much of a difference. If I were to have them side by side, they probably would look different. I guess one thing I can say is they look a little bit darker than previously. And then here are the carrots, and these I honestly cannot tell a difference whatsoever. Next up we have the cauldron once again, and this one, it almost makes it look like it's a little bit 3D. I'm not 100% sure. What I'm going by is it looks like there's a little bit of a pixel line. This is not easy to draw a line with it. Almost looks like there's a line going down. This is not easy to do with my crosshairs, but I think you guys get the idea. So there's lines that are going from the middle down to the bottom, then back up to the middle. that took a lot longer for me to explain, but whatever. Almost looks like it has like a rounded edge. Now that I finally got that out, and then it's got this rim around the edge to almost make it look like, I don't know. It looks good to me. Next up, we have the crafting table. Once again, they cleaned it up. They made it look a lot brighter. To me, personally, it makes it look a little bit cartoonish, and I don't know, I actually kind of like what this looks like. Now up next we have the jungle wood and the jungle door. Now to me, this almost looks like it has like a bit of a wet texture. I know that sounds a bit weird, but it almost looks like the jungle planks are a bit wet, which does make a little bit of sense because jungles, in real life, to me, I don't know if this is actually the case, but they do end up being a little bit wetter than most other environments, so that does add a little bit of detail. And this, I actually like the jungle door a lot better because previously it had this little opening at the top, and it didn't even have these bars, and then it had a hole down the center of it, which made it completely unusable in my opinion. So I do like this texture a little bit more. Now up next we have the iron blocks. I actually cannot tell a difference whatsoever. I'm guessing they kind of maybe toned down some of the colors. I'm not 100% sure. Next up is the diamond block, and you can tell there's obviously like a legitimate diamond on the block. I mean, it does definitely look, it's obviously looking different than what it looked like previously. I don't know, this would actually end up me taking some getting used to. That came out weird. But it looks kind of interesting now. The fact that it actually has a legitimate diamond on it instead of just being having borders, it at least adds some more detail to the block that it didn't previously have, that I do actually like. Next up is the emerald block once again, and this actually looks like it has a 3D texture on it, which I actually kind of like the way this looks. I know some people have been kind of up and down regarding this particular texture. For me personally, I like it because, like I said, it's got like almost a 3D texture. Like, looks like that this part is actually kind of sticking out. It's got some light shading on this section right here. I really like it. So here is the flower pot and the dandelion. I like the new texture of the dandelion. It looks more like an actual flower than it did previously. I know it technically was a flower before, but it looks a lot better than it does now. And the flower pot, to me, it looks like it's like a little bit redder than it was previously. Then again, I don't use flower pots all too often to really know much of a difference, but it does personally look like it's a lot redder than it was. So now we have the wood textures, and let's start with the oak. And one thing to mention is they changed both the outside of the logs as well as the inside. Now, I'm seeing a little bit toned down, a lot less contrast as far as the inside of the logs is concerned, but the outside, they look, the oak logs, the spruce logs, at least these two, they look a little more realistic. They look a little more like actual logs, like in real life. I actually kind of look at the birch, looks a little more pixelated. Now, me personally, I don't like birch to begin with. I don't understand why, but I don't like birch to begin with, and I definitely do not like the updated texture. I liked it better the way it was, because it just looks way too pixelated. It looks like some parts of it have been faded out, and I just don't like it. Now, the jungle logs, they do have like a little bit of a wetter feel, like I mentioned over there with the planks, and I don't know, I actually do kind of like it. The acacia does look more act like a real tree, like the spruce and the oak, and the same thing with the dark oak. It looks more like trees in real life to me personally. I do like the texture. Now this is the brand new obsidian texture. I know people have been given a lot of criticism to Mojang for this texture. A lot of people have been saying that they do not like this texture whatsoever. And everyone is entitled to their own opinion. If someone says that they don't like something, that is perfectly fine with me. But for me personally, I actually like the new obsidian texture. And the reason being is that it actually looks more like an actual stone than the previous texture. To me personally, the previous obsidian texture almost looked like a crystal of sorts. I know that kind of sounds a bit odd to say, but it looked like an actual crystal than it does now. It looks like an actual legitimate stone. And as far as the nether portal is concerned, it looks to me like it does have a little bit of variation on which direction the actual blocks face when you build the portal, which doesn't actually look all too bad. They did not actually end up changing the portal itself. They just changed the obsidian. That's why I'm showing it to you guys. And I actually do personally like the look of it. So I do have some mixed opinions about some of this stuff. And I just gotta give credit to Mojang for putting some of this stuff together. I mean, they added in the glazed terracotta, and they added in like some brand new members to the development team to actually put together the textures of the glazed terracotta, and I think they're doing the exact same thing again with the exact same people in order to put these textures together, which I'm not 100% sure I like the fact that they're retexturing everything in the game. I do like some of the default textures for Minecraft in general. I don't know why they decide they want to change some of the textures, but so far I am liking some of the textures. Some of the textures, as I mentioned, I don't see much of a difference. But this does make me wonder, are they actually going to end up changing the remainder of the textures in the entire game? Because if they do, I'm not 100% sure how much longer I'm going to want to actually be playing with Minecraft. I know it sounds a bit weird because that is technically what my channel is, but the thing is, if they change too many of the textures within Minecraft, I mean, admittedly, I might get used to it at some point. I will say that much. I will admittedly get used to it at some point. It just may take a bit of time, but it would almost feel as if it wouldn't be Minecraft anymore. It's not the textures that we're gonna be used to anymore. Then again, like I said, we are gonna eventually get used to it at some point. But you know what, at this point I'm going to go ahead and end the video off here. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. One more than make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This has been Serious Studios. Thank you guys for watching. Oh yeah, by the way, I do want to go and mention the resource pack that I installed in order to do this showcase will be down in the description, as well as the information for the creator itself, so definitely go give them some credit, even though there is a bit of controversy on the textures. Don't blame the creator of this resource pack, blame Mojang, because all this person did was actually make a resource pack to show you guys exactly what these textures look like, or at least the concept of what these textures look like. So blame Mojang if any of these textures you don't like. Don't blame the resource pack creator. But yeah, with that, I will see you guys later.